Hello, good morning, all. You're welcome to another session of Academic Hive Research Bootcamp 2021. Oh, sorry, not 2020, 2021. In this session, we are going to be looking at, okay. In this session, we're going to be discussing data analysis and analytics, and we shall also introduce you to big data and machine learning. I'm Dr. Abdurrahman Okinochoze, a lecturer with the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, University of Ilorin, Nigeria. What is data? First, we have to look at the concept of data. Data is a collection of facts, usually represented by results of measurements, observations for references or analysis. They could be numbers, strings, pictures, videos, or what have you. Data could also be qualitative or quantitative. They are qualitative if such data gives descriptive information, while quantitative data are basically of numerical information, that is, they are in numbers, they are quantized. Uh, First, I want to quickly look at, before we talk about the analysis of data, let's quickly look at what is big data, because you say data, then you say big data. What is the difference? The only difference that exists between data and big data is when you talk about data, we assume you're talking about some volume of data that is not so massive. But the concept of big data refers to a massive amount of data that keeps growing exponentially with time. Sometimes it could even be growing in seconds. It is so voluminous that it cannot be processed or analyzed using conventional data processing techniques. Uh, Big data includes data mining, data storage, data analysis, data sharing, data visualization. The term is an all-comprehensive one, including data frameworks, along with the data tools and techniques used to process and analyze such data. Before we continue, let's quickly look at the characteristics of big data. Big data concepts gained momentum when the popular industrial analyst Doug Lani articulated the now mainstream definition of big data into three V's: volume, velocity, and variety. These are three V's used basically to identify big data. Volume means the size of data is very crucial in determining the value uh, out of the data. The volume determines whether a particular data is big or not. Velocity too describes big data as a set of information that are recorded massively with respect to time. The amount of data recorded in a given time also describes how big the data is. Because when you say data is big, basically we assume it's a relative term, but we're more interested when such data grows uh, either on a daily basis, massively, when it grows massively on a daily basis, or even on an hourly basis, as a matter of fact, or per second basis. For instance, our Facebook data, we expect that it grows on second basis, on per second basis. The data you record now, next second, of course, worldwide, people are using Facebook. People are accessing applications such as Instagram, Twitter. Those are social network. They are perfect examples of source of big data because they grow massively with respect to time. Then the third V, variety, describes the fact that big data are available in various formats and can be collected from multiple sources. So while some are open and free, some are not. Uh, Types of data generally, big data or no big data. We have structured data or semi-structured data. Generally, data can be described in these three types. You can decide that you can decide to structure your data before analysis. A data may be unstructured, or we may assume that data is semi-structured. But how do you know when the data is structured? Structured data are processed, stored, and retrieved in a well-defined or fixed format. Structured data are readily and seamlessly stored in highly organized format. They are accessible from a database by simple search engine algorithms. Unstructured data comes in no specific format. They can be very difficult and time consuming to process and analyze. As a matter of fact, to even understand in the first place, they can be very difficult and time consuming to understand, to process, or to analyze. Then unstructured data too usually contain informations that can only that can best be searched using tags, while semi-structured data contains both ordered and non-ordered formats. They are usually not classified under a particular repository. Information are classified, of course, by the use of tags. Advantages of big data. Number one, ease of predictive analysis, which helps organizations optimize their operational efficiencies while reducing risks. Improvement in digital marketing strategies to enhance overall consumer experience. Combination of relevant data from multiple sources to produce highly actionable insights. Ease of filtering off irrelevant data, thereby saving both time and money. Ability to monitor market performance to help boost revenue generation. Early identification of risk to product services, fraud detection, and general threat planning. Career prediction and what have you. Okay. So, where are big data needed? Please, before I continue, let me quickly mention that we are concentrated on big data because nowadays most of our data sources generate massive data and are treated as big data, right? So, as the world progresses, we also move towards uh, big data. So that's why we are concentrating more on data because the only data that cannot, because that big data are data that has no growth rate with respect to time. It has is maybe 2 or 10 year data collected at once, and then it's not so massive to be handled. But if you're talking about real-time data, every real-time data leads to big data. And so, since we are interested in analyzing real-time data uh, for enhanced activities, then we look at big data in almost every sector: in academia, healthcare, transportation, communication services, banking services, manufacturing, IT firms, retailing firms, etc. or what have you. We all generate big data for specific analysis.